A very good morning, Zimbabwe, and welcome to Africa and Beyond Television Network. And we are taking a look a new trick now being used by Emerson to remain in power. So remember, last year, if I'm not mistaken, Emerson went to Great Zimbabwe, where he declared himself Mnangagwa. At the same time, there is a king now called Mnangagwa, who is right there on the screen. And one of the most interesting things is that at a certain point in time, this king was arrested, and he was then released from prison. What is very, very interesting is that this man won a case in the High Court, and he won this case in default. The government was not in court. Why? It's because it was deliberate. They wanted to lose this case. So they've made appeals and they've lost the appeals. We talked about this issue at a certain point in time, and it's now being confirmed. What is now happening is this chief has issued a letter which he dispatched to various embassies across Zimbabwe, including the United States of America's embassy, the British embassy, where he is informing them that Zimbabwe is no longer a republic, but now a kingdom. What are the sources of law in Zimbabwe? Sources of law is legislative, judicial precedents, and traditional. So what happens is, if there is a judicial precedence, if it is not challenged in the constitutional court, it becomes a law. So this matter, as it stands right now, Zimbabwe, according to what he's saying, is slowly becoming a kingdom. Elections will be banned very, very soon. There will be a central leadership very, very soon. What will happen is his leadership will be challenged. They're not going to challenge the kingdomship which they've introduced. They will challenge his leadership because he is a proxy of Emerson. Once they've done that, they'll then remove him and install Emerson or his children as the kings of this country, Zimbabwe. What it means is you have a political face probably in charge of the political affairs, but that will be reporting to the head of state, who will be the king. So they want to adopt a system which is in the UK, where the king oversees everything, or as the head of state, and you have prime ministers whatsoever who are powerless. That is what they want to establish right here in Zimbabwe. It has been established if it continues like this. So unless it is challenged in the constitutional court to say, according to the constitution of Zimbabwe, this will not work, then this will succeed. The question is, who is going to challenge it in court? So whatever it is, Emerson is actually putting everything down to make sure that they stay in power for a very, very long time. If they fail to be in charge as a republic in its entirety, as a kingdom in its entirety, what they are going to do is to make sure that they are going to be in control of all chiefs. The installation of chiefs, they will fight to make sure that there is an amendment to say, let us have all chiefs appointed by the king. Once that is done, what it means is they will continue to have control over the traditional leaderships. So once they have the control of traditional leaderships, they can control Masabuku, they can still control everybody, and command voting will continue just like that, even if there is somebody who comes in to say, I'm now the president, or this and that. Because it's a cabal, it's a group of people. You ask questions, where is this person coming from? How does he know? Where is the proof that they are the Mnangagwas? On the other hand, somebody is claiming to be Mnangagwa. On the other hand, there is somebody claiming to be King in Mnangagwa, and everything is being done without understanding what is really happening. The government defaults going to court. The question is, Ari Kupi Gweta wehurumende, Attorney General, where was she when everything was happening? Aiva kupi Gweta wehurumende, nyaya dzese dzichiitika vachitadza kuenda kucourt. Where was she? It's a deliberate move. We are dealing with the real Ugandandas right here. And in everything they are doing, they're using money. And they will do certain things to make sure that they win. This case is easy to win in court. If you go to argue in court, it's very easy to win. But they simply do not want. So the question is, where are the human rights activists? They always take matters to court. Why not this one? So this is very, very interesting. And very, very soon, you will see that these people, they are clipping everybody's wings into submission. And this is their agenda. So one way or the other, if Kudako Esheta Gure fails, Chiminya will win. And Emerson will still be in power in these people. So this is it, Team Zimbabwe, your views and the thoughts. Stanley, thank you very much. Thank you very much for coming. I'm not eating. Stanley says, no, I'm not eating, but I have, what can I say? I have a jaw problem. So, you know, it affects my voice most of the times. So this is a medical problem. I hope and believe that you understand me. So sometimes I will be having a normal voice because of the situation those days. But when we are in other seasons, especially in winter, I will have that problem. So thank you very much, everybody. Let us meet in other episodes and other broadcasts as we continue to look at what's happening in the nation of Zimbabwe.